Hey everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making this delicious curry goat and rice and peas. This is a Jamaican staple, and yeah, so there's a difference between curry goat and good curry, and if you know what that difference is, leave that in the comments below, but I'll also be telling you at the end of this video. So I had already picked my kidney beans. These are kidney beans. I soaked them overnight and I'm just rinsing them off before I put them to boil. So you could use the canned kidney beans for this, and that would make your cooking time way shorter than mine. But I had this, so I'm just going to be boiling them. So I added some onions, and growing up my mom always said to make your beans soft, add onions, so I just always do it. So we're going to go put this on the stove before we start making the marinade for our goat curry. So this recipe is, you can see it's not my typical style of showing you all the ingredients beforehand. This is like a cook with me, so I'm showing you everything like I would do it while I'm cooking at home. So this is my marinade: some spring onions, scotch bonnet peppers, garlic, and regular onions. I just whisked that up in my food processor, and I'm going to be using this to marinate my goat and adding some of it to the rice and peas as well. So here I have my regular goat meat. I've cleaned with some vinegar, and I'm taking the skin off. Now if you're making like your regular Nigerian soups or stews, you can leave the skin on, but in this curry goat, it doesn't work. I don't know, it just doesn't look nice, and typically even the people that own this dish, when they do it, they don't leave the skin on. So that's why I took it off, and you saw how easy that was. I just literally ripped it off and it was off. So main ingredient is your curry powder. I'll talk about that in a bit. So I'm just adding some of my marinade into this to start my seasoning process. So for your curry powder, sincerely, I know that the Jamaicans have some specific curry powders that they like to use, which I knew that I wasn't going to find around me. So I just used what I had, that particular one I showed you was what I had. So use what you have, but of course the taste may vary based on the curry powder you have. And note that curry is not a plant or a fruit, it's a mix of different ingredients, like turmeric, fenugreek, cumin, coriander. They mix all those things to make curry powder. So far I've added my marinade, black pepper, curry powder, coriander, turmeric powder, and some salt, and I'm just gonna mix that up. Now I added a lot more curry powder. That one wasn't enough to form my curry sauce, but I think you'll see a little bit of that. So I'm going to be adding some veggies in my curry, and I'm just chopping them up. So that's my carrots. Potatoes are typically added to your curry goats. Some people add carrots, some don't, but I just wanted to add some for color, and so your potatoes also help in thickening the curry sauce, and the green pepper just gives you a nice flavor. So I added all that to my marinated goats, and I'm going to mix everything up. I think I also added some onions. I'm not sure I showed you that, but yeah. So if this is your first time of coming onto my channel, I want to say thank you for stopping by. Please do well to hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And if you've been liking what you see so far, also please hit the like button. So here I'm just checking my beans, and I see that they're soft, so I'm going to be adding my washed rice, and we're going to be seasoning this. So your rice and peas would be seasoned so that they themselves, have nice flavor in them. So I added my marinade. I'm going to be adding some of my vegetable stock, some salt, and and some regular bouillon cubes, and also some oil. That's how I like to season my rice and peas. Let me apologize for this view. Sometimes my camera just does something and I don't know. Yeah, but I hope you can see everything clearly. So we're gonna let that cook and just come to a boil, and then turn down the heat, and we'll get on with our curry goat. So in my pan I have some oil, just a little oil, and you're going to let that oil get very hot because you want to sear your goat's meat. You want to have, a good sear on the goat. You want it to develop some color. It will turn brown, So can you hear that sear? That's what you want. So I'm just adding the meat without the veggies. You want to add the meat without the veggies so that they sear by themselves. They may release some juices. Mine didn't really release much, but just allow it to keep searing and cooking. And if you have a lot of juices, it would incorporate back into the meat, and your meat will have some color, and that color is flavor. Even your pan may have some, not burnt, but like some of that sear may get on the pan. It's all flavor. You will see how I would treat that in a bit. So make sure to use a wide pan or a wok like I'm doing, so that your beef gets enough surface area to have a good sear. So once you put it in the pan, just leave it for a few minutes to brown up, and then you can go in and stir. You can see that some of that, I think it's called fond, some of it is sticking to the pan. All that is flavor. It's going to all incorporate back when you put in your water, and it's going to be so delicious. So I added about 4 cups of water, and I'm going to use my spoon to sort of scrape the bottom of the pan just to get all that flavor back into the gravy. So I added that scotch bonnet pepper, and I'm going to leave this to cook on high heat for as soon as it comes to a boil. I'll turn it down, and you leave this to cook for an hour. So your goat meat has to be soft and like falling off the bone. So as soon as it comes to a boil, I turn it down and cover it and leave it to cook for an hour. For this meal, you have to be very patient. As it cooks, it develops flavor, and it just gets even more delicious. So my rice I'm just checking to see if there's any more liquid. It has cooked and it's really delicious. So I'm just showing you what that looks like. And so we're going to turn off the heat and just cover it. Let all that steam remain in the pot, and everything will just be really good. So after my goat meat was cooking for about an hour, I've added my veggies and a little bit more liquid, and I'm going to cover that and cook that on low for about 30 minutes. And your potatoes would help your gravy thicken a bit. And that's it. Can you see that luscious gravy and tender goat meat? So I just added some spring onions for color and freshness, and that's it. Really, we're done. So let me tell you the difference between curry goat and goat curry. So curry goat is how the Jamaicans, or the islanders I should say it, and then goat curry is how the Indians and people in that region say it. They have different flavors, but essentially it's meat that has been cooked in a curry sauce or gravy. So I mean, curry goat curry, whatever it is. So yeah, that's it. It was really delicious. It gets better the next day when all the flavors have married and known each other. And yeah, very delicious departure from your regular rice and peas or rice and beans and stew. And I suggest you try this. And if you do, make sure you tag me on social media. Links to my Instagram handles below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.